Hello, welcome in Physio in Lesotho. I'm Wolfgang, a double qualified physiotherapist and experienced in physio where there is no physiotherapy. So today we would like to talk about the treatment of the baby's clubfoot. It is a huge topic, and wherever we meet a newborn child with a clubfoot, an alarm bell is ringing for me as a physiotherapist. Why? We would like just to give you some information and to teach you what is important, what really shall be done, and what is not so important, what you don't have to bother about. So the first thing to know, the real window period, the time window period is the first year. In the first year, things can be changed. If we wait, and there was a way of thinking, we were thinking, we wait until the baby starts to walk. If there is a problem, we still can do something. If not, it's not necessary. Thinking like this, we miss that first year, that important window period, because in this time you reshape the foot. If it is not done, you will face the problem after 1 year. And what you have lost in the first year, it's so difficult to gain in the second year. Therefore, the good chance is, as soon identified, to start to treat. So let us remember, the first year is the important window period not to miss. As a consequence, of course, we sensitize all people who are involved around the baby, the first week of the baby, the under 5 clinic, and so on, whenever they can see the clubfoot, that they shall involve the physiotherapist. And the physiotherapist, the physiotherapy assistant, rehabilitation worker, village health worker will be involved to assist the mother and to ensure the mother that she knows how to treat it and that she can come regularly for the monthly follow-up to be followed nicely so things can go well. We shall remember the girl's clubfoot, on some hidden reason, is more resistant. Of course we give the same attention to the boy, but really don't leave out the girls, because the girl's foot somehow is more resistant to treatment, to shaping, so we really have to be attentive even to the girls too, that we get the foot shaped within the first year. Most of the clubfoot is just a postural clubfoot in the womb. The baby somehow lies in a position and get these distorted feet and is quite easily to treat. Some of the clubfoot are genetic modified and then they are more difficult. But even there, if we have an early approach, we can shape it, and more or less than not, we don't need operation in the second year. What we shall really avoid is a future disability, and we can avoid it by early treatment. What we should really avoid is to create a neglected clubfoot situation. Unfortunately, in resource-limited situations, we find much more neglected clubfoot situations as in the more developed world. Around the developed hospital, more likely you don't find the neglected clubfoot. In rural situation, you find it more. And the neglected clubfoot situation is always a problem, and it needs special intervention, then it needs surgery and so on. All these interventions which are not there. So you understand, it's so important to avoid the neglected clubfoot situation. Therefore, early detection, early treatment, good involvement of the family, mainly the mother, and support by the hospital with specific intervention. There is worldwide a good and known technique, method. It's a Spansity method. If you go to the website of Global Health, you will find all the information. This method is a very good method and is taught to surgeons, physicians and physiotherapists. But not all over we will have people who are able to do that. Therefore, don't give up if you don't find a hospital or a person, a physiotherapist who is involved with sponsored method. Don't give up. We'll show you what you can do in a resource-limited situation, and you will have success. Probably it won't be as perfect as a top-managed sponsored clubfoot treatment, but it will be sufficient that the child can go. When the child starts to go, we have a functional rehabilitation as well, because the child is going. If the child is not going, if the foot is too much distorted, the development of movement will be somehow distorted and the natural functional training cannot occur. Therefore, again, it's so important to start early, to do what we can do, and with simple intervention we do already good to the child, and if it is necessary we can even look for a surgeon, for a physician, and so on. How about POP and operation? Years ago we were believing it needs a POP, and then just walking a bit, another POP, walking a bit, other POP, and it will become straight. And we could see it is not as easy as that, and the POP really has to be done very well in the proper position with the good knowledge as sponsored method is teaching. But we need splints as well. And operation, it's not the intervention of choice. This is the intervention where all the others intervention have failed. Therefore, waiting, neglecting the situation and thinking an operation will resolve, it's not the best idea to think, because every operation on a foot leaves a foot which is no longer natural. So we have to avoid as possible, but if we have a neglected situation or a really complicated clubfoot, the specific and really highly trained physician will be able to improve the situation. With the proper shoe, the child can walk. But let us remember, we shall avoid that by doing early clubfoot treatment. Now, what can we do in the first few weeks? We do the proper movements. There are 5 movements which can be taught to the mother, and you will see later in the video. And a bandaging during the night. It is a proper bandaging which puts the foot in the correct position so the baby gets used to it. On the beginning, easily the baby will cry. Therefore, let's play with the baby. Let's have good relationship. Avoid everything which makes the baby afraid and involve the mother. Probably from the mother, the treatment she will receive more easily. The baby cries as well because you do something with the foot which seems to the baby not natural. The clubfoot position seems normal. And now the physio is coming, the mother is coming and reshaping it. So, of course, the baby, in the way as she can, crying, refusing, says, "What are you doing with my foot? This is normal. What are you doing? You're creating a distortion." So we have to be gentle, insisting, but playing with the child, let it go. Don't work too much into the resistance of the child. Otherwise, the child learns properly to be against you and you can do nothing. So avoid to force your treatment. We try to be gentle, easy, open. We play with the child. Look when the child starts to resist, then you ease off a bit and then you come back. Make it in a way or another bit playful. And just being patient. But we know where to go. We have to put that bandage. We have to do that redressing movements. We have to go to the proper position. And if we can see of a few months we don't really success, then probably has to consider to do the proper splint, if you can find it, or probably a POP which is in the proper position. But if you can do it without, it is even better. And the bandaging during the night is easy to apply and this is already successful. Now I'm talking for you, probably you are in a resource limited setting, somewhere in the high mountains of Lesotho or wherever. You have no access to physiotherapy. You are in a region where there is no physiotherapy, no physiotherapist. There you have a method which is helpful. You will find in our video, it's just the way I was teaching in a class in the highlands of Lesotho. We were treating this child, teaching the mother, and then we had the chance to follow up the mother every year. And you can see year to year what is the development of that child's foot and how the child starts to walk, to run, and to jump in his life. Wonderful. And it was just a simple physiotherapy taught to a mother where there was no really physiotherapy around her. So let's be hopeful. Don't lose hope. Just try what you can do, and you really can do something good. Then you have time to look for probably where there is a physiotherapist or where there is a clinic which can be helpful to you. Whenever you have questions to this approach, don't hesitate. Contact us. info@physioinlesotho.ch. We can even make a phone call, a WhatsApp call, and we can be with you to assess the situation. Thank you. Enjoy the video.